It can be assumed that as a result of a huge number of interactions between neural elements, fields of interaction are created. And these fields of interactions, which we call neural fields, might not be limited by the brain structure, but they affect the structure of space and serve as means of transmission from brain to brain. It means that each one of us is interacting all the time without us knowing, without necessarily being aware. From this, interactions exist among us, which I call the hyperfield.
What if the reality you know is nothing more than an illusion? What if someone told you that the world around you is a matrix shaped by your own mind? Jacobo Grinberg, a brilliant Mexican psychologist and neurophysiologist, dedicated his life to exploring these questions. His research culminated in the synergic theory, which suggests that reality is a construct that can be altered by consciousness. However, in 1994, Grinberg disappeared without a trace, plunging the world into a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. Grinberg's disappearance has sparked several intriguing theories. Was he kidnapped by government forces due to the potential impact of his discoveries? Or did his involvement in esoteric practices lead him to an unimaginable fate? These hypotheses add a profound layer of mystery to his already enigmatic life and work, further questioning the nature of reality. Human history is filled with accounts that push the boundaries of the ordinary, involving figures who seem to defy the laws of physics. St. Joseph of Cupertino and Milarepa, for instance, are just two among many who have manifested powers that modern science still struggles to understand. Cupertino's levitation and Milarepa's ability to walk through walls are not merely stories to inspire the imagination, but rather invitations to expand our view of what is possible when one reaches a higher state of consciousness. These stories serve as powerful reminders that human beings possess latent potentials that, when awakened, can break through the boundaries of the ordinary. The true impact of these narratives lies in their ability to connect the esoteric to the practical. By considering the lives of these mystics, we are not only looking at distant figures in time, but at examples that can inspire transformations in our daily lives. The practice of meditation, for instance, becomes a path not only to inner peace, but to accessing deeper dimensions of reality. What surprising effects might emerge if, like Cupertino and Milarepa, we dedicated ourselves to expanding our consciousness beyond self-imposed limits? Jacobo Grinberg proposes a revolutionary vision of the nature of reality, challenging the conventional notions we have about the world around us. The synergic theory suggests that what we perceive as reality is actually a distortion created by our brain, which interprets and filters an underlying informational matrix known as the lattice. This matrix is not just an abstract concept, but the fundamental structure that governs all things, where time, space, and matter are malleable. The idea that the human mind not only interacts with this lattice, but also shapes it opens up a vast field of possibilities for spiritual and scientific exploration. According to Grinberg, the human brain is a microcosm of this lattice, reflecting in its structure the same properties that shape the universe. This theory not only unites science and spirituality, but suggests that the very act of thinking and perceiving alters the reality around us. Imagine the implications of this in our daily lives. Every thought, every emotion could be directly influencing the fabric of the universe. Understanding this theory offers a powerful path to personal transformation, where the mind is not just a tool for navigating the world, but an active creator of reality itself. This perspective leads us to reconsider our relationship with the world. If reality is a projection of our mind, then the true power lies within us. Grinberg invites us to explore this deep interconnection between mind and universe, suggesting that by understanding and manipulating this lattice, we could transcend the limitations imposed by common perception. The spiritual journey becomes a scientific and esoteric exploration, where the potential to alter reality is not just a theoretical idea, but a tangible possibility. And it is in the practice of meditation that this interaction with the lattice can deepen, as we will see next. In Jacobo Grinberg's view, meditation is not just a practice of self-knowledge, but a direct bridge to access the lattice, this fundamental matrix that permeates all of reality. Advanced meditators, such as Vipassana practitioners, have the ability to transcend the boundaries of self and external, diving into a state of consciousness where these distinctions disappear. In this state of unification, the individual no longer perceives themselves as a separate entity, but as an integral part of the whole, directly connected to the lattice. This practice then becomes a portal to understanding the nature of reality on a much deeper level. In his quest to unravel the mysteries of the mind, Grinberg developed his own meditation technique that goes beyond passive observation. He believed that by simultaneously focusing on multiple aspects of the experience, breathing, bodily sensations, thoughts, the meditator could reach an expanded state of consciousness where the concept of duality dissolves. In this state, the meditator merges with the lattice, experiencing reality not as a separate observer, but as an integral part of this informational field. This suggests that meditation not only calms the mind, but potentially opens doors to manipulate the very structure of reality. The concept of time, deeply rooted in our perception of reality, is called into question by Jacobo Grinberg. He suggests that time, as we understand it, is nothing more than an illusion fabricated by consciousness. In the lattice, time is not linear. Past, present, and future coexist in an eternal continuum. This view forces us to reconsider what we understand as reality, questioning whether the time we feel passing is, in fact, a mental construct designed to keep us anchored in a limited perception of existence. By expanding our consciousness, we begin to perceive that time can be shaped, adjusted, and even transcended, bringing to light mysteries that go beyond common understanding. Grinberg delved deeply into these concepts before mysteriously disappearing in 1994, which sparked numerous theories that heighten the mystery surrounding his work. His disappearance is seen by many as an extension of his investigations into the nature of time and reality, leading some to question whether he might have been disconnected from our temporal flow in some way. Other theories suggest involvement in esoteric practices or even abduction by governments interested in his studies. The way these narratives intertwine with his theories about the lattice and the illusion of time reinforces the idea that reality may be much more malleable than we imagine. This perspective on time and the nature of the lattice not only raises philosophical questions, but also connects Grinberg's fate with the very mysteries he sought to unravel. If time is an illusion, and our consciousness can shape it, to what extent could these mysterious events be manifestations of this understanding? And if Grinberg indeed reached a level of understanding that led him to cross the barriers of time? Jacobo Grinberg proposed a fascinating and bold idea that human brains, in states of high informational coherence, such as during deep meditation, can intertwine into a hyperfield. This concept suggests that telepathy and other psychic phenomena are not just possible but natural, resulting from the direct connection between human minds. Imagine a level of communication where words are unnecessary and thoughts flow freely between individuals, like waves in a vast ocean of consciousness. This interconnection transcends physical limitations and opens up new possibilities for understanding the mind and reality. How often do we find ourselves thinking of someone only to receive a message from that person moments later? Grinberg suggests that these moments of coincidence may be manifestations of a hyperfield where our minds align and share information instantly. If we could consciously access and manipulate this hyperfield, the barriers between us could begin to crumble, leading to an unprecedented level of cooperation and empathy. This vision of a humanity interconnected and capable of accessing a shared informational field opens doors to a new era of human understanding and potential. However, this is just one facet of what can be achieved by exploring the depths of the human mind. Pachita, whose real name was Barbara Guerrero, was a Mexican healer widely known for her mystical abilities that defied rational explanation. Operating in Mexico City during the 1960s and 1970s, Pachita performed spiritual surgeries, in which she allegedly materialized organs and healed severe illnesses using nothing more than a rudimentary knife and her bare hands. These procedures, which she carried out in a trance state, attracted both devoted followers and skeptics. But what fascinated everyone was the apparent effectiveness of her cures, which seemed to transcend the capabilities of modern medicine. These extraordinary abilities were seen as the result of a deep connection with the lattice, the fundamental informational matrix that shapes reality. By accessing this informational field, Pachita was able to alter physical reality, manipulating the laws of nature in ways that defied conventional logic. The connection between Pachita's shamanic methods and the theories underpinning the lattice offers an intriguing perspective on human potential and the nature of reality. Pachita's figure challenges us to reconsider what is possible when the human mind is in tune with deeper layers of existence. Her practices and abilities are a powerful reminder that there are aspects of reality that are still beyond scientific understanding, but can be explored through a combination of spirituality and deep investigation. Reflecting on these capabilities, we are faced with the question: if the mind has the power to alter reality, what is stopping you from creating the life you desire? If these ideas resonated with you and sparked your interest, write in the comments, "It made sense to me."